Hello everybody, Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Guys, we have decided this year, now that we are here permanently at Pecan Grove, to put up a Martin box. It's the time of the year to do it. It's the end of February. We probably should have had it done a few days ago. But I haven't heard any martins squeaking in the air anywhere yet or anything, looking for nesting or anything like that. So we went to Tractor Supply and bought the Martin house. And guys, you get ready, these things are expensive. This thing was $100 for this thing, and it's all plastic. Now, I was gonna get a pole to go with it. They wanted $100 for a pole. And I said, there ain't no way I'm paying $100 for a pole, you know? So I come home, and you know me, I went to pilfering around on the property. And up in the attic of the old barn, I found an old antenna pole up there in pretty good shape. The top was a little rusted up. I cut it off. This part right here still slides up and down. I was good with that. Had to cut about a 6-8 inch piece off the bottom because it was rusted. But after doing some research on the Martin boxes, I realized it said the Martin boxes need to be on a smooth round pole with a collar on it, which I will eventually come back and put to keep predators from going up the pole. It needs to be 30 plus feet away from a house, a building, trees, or anything like that. And I told Wanda, I said, now here at Pecan Grove, that's kind of difficult. I said, because we got trees everywhere, you know? We like our trees. But what I have found is right out here is beside the power line, so I'm hoping it's not going to be a big issue. They said martins like to have a place to perch. So I'm going to put it down by the fence post out there, and that will be about 30 to 50 feet away from any trees or anything like that, you know. So we're going to go with that location and kind of see how it goes, because there ain't nowhere
until the
else.
Power company comes through.
Well, I hope the power company don't say nothing, but don't know if that'll ever happen or not.
But look where Nosy.
Look where Nosy is way off down yonder.
What are you doing?
She got her wild hair and smelled something. Look at that nose in the air. See there what I tell you? That hound in her. Come on here. Oh, Lucy. She just gets over. She'll go to running, and that nose will catch a wild hair, and she'll stop dead still and turn around. Look at her head's turned sideways, running. She smells something. Well, I get to go stand out in the hot sun for a little while and dig me a hole.
That sky is so pretty.
Yeah, and it is like 80 degrees out here right now.
Oh, she's going to help. She loves help digging holes.
She loves digging holes. You know what? Let me measure something right quick.
If it's 14 feet, you can't do it.
If the wind will leave my tape measure alone. Here's where it'll be, right there.
Well, maybe.
I mean, it'll be over here. I don't think it's going to be too close.
All they can do is tell us to move.
It's my property.
All they
I
can do
do
is
what I want.
Not necessarily.
Yes, I will. No, you keep your nose over here. Girl, look at always an ant bed. I don't know if I'm gonna get a 3-foot hole here or not. Fence outside this fence. That's the only place we got. There ain't no trees. I tell you what, these grass roots are growing that deep in the ground down there. I can't believe that. Looking for more moisture, I reckon.
She's kind of upset the cows aren't messing with her. They ain't coming to talk to her. You got right in the ants. Look, you walked right in them. They all over you, aren't they? Oh, don't come get me.
She just wants to roll around.
No, she got in the ants.
She's all right.
She stepped in them. That ain't me. It's you.
Goodness.
That sky's so blue. It is pretty. He decided to lower it just a few inches so that it is definitely out of the way there. No problems. Oh, look at your cows. Duke's getting happy.
Duke's always trying to get happy.
I don't have any food. No, not yours. Hey, little miss.
What you doing, baby boy? Huh? It's a little too big, but what's my boy? Oh, you doing, you mean dog? Big old mean dog, you. Huh?
She said as long as they stay on their side of the fence.
What are you doing, you baby boy? Huh? Y'all about nosy. we are. She's there. Got a clamp. Oh, we need some birds. All right, guys, I had to get out of the sun. It's hot out there right now, in the mid-80s. So we've got the Martin box up. I've got it at 14 feet high. What I read said anywhere between 12 and 20 feet, 14 being favorable. So I got it measured at 14 feet from the ground. I sunk the pole 2.5 feet in the ground. I have a EMT pipe clamp on the post, holding the box from, the wind from getting it too much. I have it where it's adjustable. I can let it down, and I can let it back up to clean it out and everything. It said that martins needed a place to perch. So not only on the building itself, but also like the power line. They needed a place to perch nearby. And they needed an area 30 to 50 feet and a radius around it so that they can watch for flying insects. And here at Pecan Grove, we're trying to do everything as, I guess the right word would be as organic as we can. I hate to use the word natural because it's not really anything natural anymore. As organic as we can by letting the birds do the work for us. Now, we're going to have martins here, and up at the old place up there, we're going to be putting bluebird boxes up there because the garden's up there, and I'm going to want the bluebirds to be around the gardens. And I've already seen a lot of bluebirds up there, so I don't think it's going to be a problem to get some bluebird nests up there and some bluebird boxes. But this is strictly for martins, mainly us to view, just have some birds to watch. Now there's no guarantees, what I've read, there's no guarantees that martins will even come to it this year. I may have to lower it and block if sparrows or starlings or something like that start to trying to take it over, I may have to just drop it down, clean it out, and block it off until I begin to see some martins flying around. And if I see martins flying around, then I can open it back up. And everything I've read says even if there's no martins in it, leave it until August at least, because if there's other martin boxes in the area, which I think I have a neighbor way over yonder that has a martin box, when the babies hatch out, they're going to need somewhere to call home. And if you have a place here for them, then it's, from what I read, it's quite common in the fall for them to claim that as their nest box, and they'll come back the next year. Now, I did not know this until reading. It says they make a 4,000-mile trek to Brazil. Now, that I had no clue they did that. I thought maybe they went to Mexico or somewhere like that for the winter time, but they said, what I read said Brazil. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. It just seems kind of far-fetched for me. I have actually read that they eat a ton of mosquitoes. Now, mosquitoes come out at dark, and I don't think birds fly at dark. I don't know if that's just an old wives' tale or if it's actually true, So it would be great if it's true, because we don't have a lot of mosquitoes here anyway. But if we do happen to have some mosquitoes, then if they do eat mosquitoes, that would be wonderful. So anyway, I think that's about all that I know about them right now. And like I said, if we see the martins come, we'll show y'all a video on it. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove.
That was infested right there, wasn't it?
Boy, they everywhere right here.
That must have been a...
Whole clump of seeds fell out right here. Man. I had these at Deep South when I first moved there and bought the land. And
Took a while to get rid of them,
took a while to get rid of them, but I did. These little fuzzy seeds will float around the air.
You don't get them at this time of the year, they will.
Yeah, you don't get them at this time of the year. That's right.
So when's the best time to get these weeds?
Now, February.